Welcome back to Megadads on YouTube, where gamer life meets real life. I am your guide, Adam Leonard. I'm so glad you made it back to my office because we're in the middle of counting down my top 50 favorite video games of all time. We got started just a couple of weeks ago. Number 50 was Wave Race 64. Number 49 was Diddy Kong Racing. And before we announce today's game, I just want to address the elephant in the room. You know, I'd say I have a reputation in the Megadads community of being a little blunt when it comes to my opinion on Nintendo. A lot of people think I don't like Nintendo, but if you really look at the history of this series, both games that I've spotlighted have been Nintendo games, and today's game is a Nintendo game as well. So I guess what I'm really trying to say is, shove it. Nope, sorry. Please enjoy. Now I get it. I am kind of a particular kook when it comes to my opinions on Nintendo. I do love Nintendo, but the things that I love about Nintendo and the things that I want from Nintendo seem to kind of be veering further and further off the path of what the traditional mainstream Nintendo fan enjoys today. Today's game is kind of a prime example of where I feel out of touch with today's Nintendo gamer, because this is a property and a franchise that I cannot for the life of me understand why is not currently playable on the Nintendo Switch. This was one of their biggest hits not that long ago, and it spawned off into this bigger, more robust experience, which is just begging to be put on today's modern platforms.
We've reached our jump altitude of 13,000 feet. Prepare to jump. Roger. Form up!
Wii Sports Resort expands on the idea that Wii Sports presented when it launched alongside the Wii console, and it takes Wii Sports' original 4-game offerings and expands it into 12 brand new events, and it centers it all on this one location, this tropical resort, which of course is called Wuhu Island. Want to take a trip to Wuhu Island? When I think back on the Wii generation, I think of two things: motion controls and the Mii characters, both of which are spotlighted front and center in Wii Sports Resort. I look back so fondly on creating a suite of Mii characters to put into this game. There was nothing quite like going bowling and seeing Mr. T and RoboCop and John. You would see them in the background even when they're not actively playing with you, and that just brings a lot of charm to this. You could also explore the island in games like cycling, and as you go on your bike ride, you see those characters in the audience. Wii Sports Resort actually came with an accessory, an attachment for the base remote. You'd attach this to your Wii remote and it would provide much more nuanced motion controls. This was called Wii Motion Plus. You'd attach that thing on the bottom of your Wii remote and you can play all these new games, including Frisbee, archery, jet skiing, and of course an enhanced bowling. Everybody likes bowling, right? I would get into heated free throw battles with my wife, who's like a high school basketball superstar. She thinks she's such hot shit, but she ain't got moves like I do when it comes to Nintendo. Nintendo sent out a calling card to some of its old school fans by including games that kind of feel similar to some of their long dormant franchises. You can jet ski much like you can in Wave Race. You all know that I love Wave Race already, as it was featured as my number 50 favorite game. Well, in Wii Sports Resort, you can go jet skiing as well. And also they had a lot of aerial events which called to mind Pilot Wings. In fact, Wii Sports Resort opens with you jumping out of an airplane and skydiving with a group of Miis. I really hope that with all the success that Nintendo has had with the Switch, that they don't forget these smaller games that were more focused on unique family fun. There's such a charming experience to be had here in Wii Sports Resort, and it would be right at home on the Nintendo Switch. But as it stands, Wii Sports Resort for the Nintendo Wii is my number 48 favorite video game of all time. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. What do you think? What was your favorite sport in Wii Sports Resort? Did you ever play this game? Do you have a lot of fond memories? Do you have a favorite customized Mii character? I want to hear from you in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe on your way out the door. We have much more coming on Megadads here on YouTube. We will see you next week for an all-new installment of Adam's Top 50.
Every day, skiddly way.